Welcome to a tale that shatters the myths of history's most captivating queen. Cleopatra, the siren of Egypt, a woman whose beauty and cunning seduced emperors and shaped empires. But beneath the legend lies a darker truth, a story of betrayal, ambition, and cold-blooded murder that's been buried for over 2,000 years. Buckle up, because we're diving into the shadows of Cleopatra's reign, uncovering secrets that will leave you stunned. This is the real Cleopatra, a master manipulator, a ruthless ruler, and a killer whose legacy still haunts us. Let's set the stage in ancient Egypt, 51 BCE. Cleopatra, barely 18, inherits the throne alongside her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, in a kingdom teetering on the edge. Egypt, once a powerhouse, now faces the shadow of Rome, a rising empire with an insatiable appetite for conquest. The Nile's fertile lands are a prize Rome can't ignore, and Cleopatra knows it. According to ancient texts, like those of historian Plutarch, she's not just a beauty, she's a strategist, fluent in 9 languages, with a voice that could charm the gods themselves. But her throne is shaky. Her brother, backed by scheming courtiers and their sister Arsinoe, wants her gone. It's a family feud that could burn Egypt to the ground. Now, picture this, a young woman, exiled from her own palace in Alexandria, plotting her return. Cleopatra doesn't just fight back, she plays the ultimate power move. She smuggles herself into the palace, wrapped in a carpet, to meet Julius Caesar, Rome's greatest general. Imagine the scene. Unfurled before Caesar, her beauty and boldness leave him spellbound. "I've been betrayed," she whispers, her voice trembling with calculated emotion. "Cast from my father's throne. Restore my rightful place, and I am yours." Caesar, 52 and battle-hardened, falls hard. That night, as ancient sources tell it, they seal an alliance that's as much about passion as it is about power. But this move? It's a dagger in the back of her brother and sister. Meanwhile, in the ruins of Ephesus, modern-day Turkey, a discovery in 1920 shakes the historical world. Archaeologists uncover a 2,000-year-old tomb, submerged in water, holding the delicate bones of a young woman, no older than 17. The pelvis, wider than a man's, confirms her gender. Carbon dating places her death between 200 BCE and 20 BCE, perfectly aligning with Cleopatra's era. Could this be Arsinoe, Cleopatra's sister, whose defiance sparked a rebellion? The evidence is chilling. Roman records, like those from historian Cassius Dio, hint at a gruesome murder tied to Cleopatra's rise. This isn't just a skeleton, it's a clue to a forgotten crime. Back in Egypt, the stakes are sky-high. Cleopatra's alliance with Caesar ignites a civil war. Ptolemy XIII, a boy king manipulated by his advisors, and Arsinoe, a fiery princess, rally against her. Arsinoe, barely a teenager, declares herself queen, leading rebels to challenge Rome itself. In a stunning upset, her forces corner Caesar in Alexandria's harbor. Picture the chaos, Roman soldiers scrambling, Caesar leaping into the sea to escape, swimming for his life. The lighthouse of Alexandria, one of the 7 wonders, looms over this triumph, its beacon a symbol of Arsinoe's fleeting victory. For a moment, a young girl humiliates the might of Rome. If history had turned differently, we'd be telling Arsinoe's story, not Cleopatra's. But Cleopatra's not done. Caesar rallies reinforcements from Syria, and the tide turns. Ptolemy drowns in the Nile, his ambitions sinking with him. Arsinoe is captured, paraded through Rome in chains during Caesar's triumph in 46 BCE. The crowd, expecting to cheer her execution, instead pities the young princess. Caesar, sensing unrest, spares her life but banishes her to Ephesus, 500 miles from Egypt, to live under guard in the sacred temple of Artemis. Safe, or so it seems. Cleopatra, now queen with Caesar's backing, marries her younger brother, Ptolemy XIV, a mere 12-year-old, keeping Egypt's traditions alive. But her eyes are on Arsinoe, the last threat to her throne. Fast forward to 44 BCE, Caesar's assassinated, and Rome's power shifts to Mark Antony. Cleopatra, ever the strategist, sees her chance. She sails to Tarsus, dazzling Antony with a spectacle of gold and luxury, as Plutarch describes, arriving on a gilded barge with purple sails, dressed as Venus herself. Antony, a warrior with a taste for excess, is hooked, but there's a price. Arsinoe, still in Ephesus, is a loose end. Cleopatra, historians suggest, strikes a deal: Egypt's wealth for Antony's loyalty, and Arsinoe's death. In 41 BCE, Antony's men storm the sacred temple, a shocking violation, and Arsinoe is executed. The skeleton in Ephesus, with its delicate frame and carbon-dated timeline, points to this brutal act. Cleopatra, it seems, would stop at nothing to secure her crown. But the story doesn't end there. Cleopatra's reign, built on betrayal, crumbles. Her alliance with Antony falters against Octavian, Rome's new star. In 30 BCE, after their defeat at Actium, Antony falls on his sword. Cleopatra, cornered, faces capture. Legend says she chooses a dramatic exit, death by asp, its venom a poetic end for Egypt's last pharaoh. But hold on. Scholars like Joyce Tildesley in her 2008 book Cleopatra, Last Queen of Egypt challenge this. A single asp killing Cleopatra and her two maids? Unlikely. Venom takes hours, and snakes don't always strike fatally. Tildesley argues for poison, a quicker, surer end. Ancient Egyptian beliefs tied snakes to immortality, so the asp story might be a myth, crafted to romanticize her fall. Whatever the truth, Cleopatra's death marks the end of Egypt's independence, swallowed by Rome's empire. This isn't the Cleopatra of Hollywood glamour. This is a woman who played siblings against each other, seduced empires, and orchestrated murder to cling to power. The skeleton in Ephesus, possibly Arsinoe's, is a haunting reminder of her ruthlessness. At Real World Channel, we've peeled back the layers of history's myths, from lost cities to ancient conspiracies, and Cleopatra's story fits right in, a tale of ambition that burned too bright. Her legacy is a paradox, a queen who saved Egypt, only to lose it. A seductress whose charm masked a killer's heart. What do you think, heroine or villain? The truth, as always, lies in the shadows.